Hello. So following on from my last video and post, and I have to do it on record because I can't get a signal down here, which is nice too. Nice to be cut off from the world. So yeah, my scroll that I've done with poems, looking at the value that we place on artificial intelligence. And I didn't say on the last one, but really, it's the emotional intelligence that we need to cultivate. It's the emotional intelligence where we cultivate the feelings and we consider how we treat others, what we do with others. And of course, the love of God is about creating that twofold spirit of the fullness of the spirit of love and joy and peace. So, yep. So I'm sat here by Sully Island, and wow, isn't that just beautiful? It's warm. It's really lovely. I thought I was going to be cold today, so I've got lots of layers on, but I actually feel a bit too hot. So I read the Lord's Prayer, Genetic Engineering and Artificial Intelligence on the last video. So going on from that, I think I'll look at, P's for positive peace. So I did, after genetic engineering, which I'll read again. Genetic engineering, gone too far again. Trying to play God, and just as before, the answers will not be found in test tubes. Answers cannot be found in the flesh, and all you do in the laboratory is facilitate the pain you seek to erase. So pharmakeia, Strong's Concordance, the use of medicine, drugs or spells, which of course are not healing. I think many of us know that one drug leads to another, leads to another, leads to another. And so many people are dependent on drugs, which is not how we're meant to be. We're not meant to be living in a world that is just so stressful and so hurtful in many ways that we need drugs to cope. I had a blood pressure problem and had to take medication for that. And you take one and then you need another one and then you need another one and then those don't work and you don't feel so good. So I've weaned myself off those medications, and I had to remove the cause of the stresses in order to be able to heal. So that's what I did. And so only the truth will set us free. Truth, God's love, is not a cortisol. So the things that are causing stress in us, causing stress, hurt, pain, injustice, then we need to be strong and say, no, I'm not accepting that anymore. So, and that's hard. But I do recommend you all to get counselling and help where there is struggles. So P's for positive peace. So we're at this time of pandemic. I could probably add some more into this poem. This is the second version of it, so it's slightly shorter. So positively perfect, peaceful poems for peaceful protest for peace, for positively living and positively loving, for positively pleasing love perfected for healing pain, for pronouncements of perfect peace, for peaceful pleasures please, do prevent poverty and empower people to prohibit the policies creating pain that prevents true peace, by prescribing pills for pseudo feelings of peace and pleasure for their profit. Who still prays to prophets with patience for the peace that perfects the paradox of the placebo effect of true faith personified in us? We all pray for all people to create our own pharmaceuticals perfectly present in us as the present because today is our present, and life should be pleasant for perfecting the presence of twofold peace perfected for Jerusalem, for New Jerusalem, perfected in all people. Twofold peace, producing priceless pictures of perfection personified through the passions of the people, through the passions of Christ's love, for perfecting us with God's love. This is the proof. And so it's about facing those hurts and pains within us, the grief, the loss, and grieving them and mourning them. And our body is made and designed, has been made in this way, in order to process through those difficult things that happen in life. And then, when we can reach that point of forgiveness, then our body will release the endorphins, the natural endorphins, as opposed to the stress hormones. So the stress hormones are caused by grief, hurt, pain, betrayal, lies, all the things that are wrong in the world, things that are classed as sin, abuse. All of those things create those stresses. And if we want to heal, we have to be strong enough to stand up and say, no, I'm not taking that anymore. And the promise for God's love, so the resurrection, destruction, 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 darkness, decay, death, depression, destroying life, denying love. Like Judas Iscariot, lying, cheating, betraying. But when there is total breakdown, there is a chance to renew, to rise from the ashes like a phoenix, like Jesus Christ from the cross. Armageddon, judgment, recognition and consciousness, the choice to forgive and make new, start afresh and let go of pain, to recreate love for life to positively live. All new, all singing and all dancing, joy, happiness, faith and hope restored to life, resurrected, fulfillment fulfilled with the whole spirit of love, namely Jesus Christ. This is the meaning of his name, the Most High name, the full spirit of love, anointed in us. And so with the promise being for all nations, because love is not a cortisol, is the same in everybody, out of every language and tongue, Revelation 7:9. So we all have to make that choice. It's all a choice that we can make. And that oneness and peace is what most faiths are attaining to. So nations rise. Drugs fueling dichotomies of mind, making okay what is purely unkind. Frustrations causing extreme distress. Chemical war, our blood is a mess. Red blood's raging turmoil as the sea. Tsunamis rising inside you and me. Blood boiling over, exploding like a bomb. Positive life has gone terribly wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong and wrong. Positive life has gone terribly wrong, destroyed in poverty, austerity and lies, causing addictions and no one asks why. Well, I do. Why are we, as a global family, warring over what sets us free? You know, when you get people arguing over the name of Christ or the name of God, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm dyslexic, so, you know, whether it's Yeshua or Jesus Christ or Yeshua HaMashiach, it's the meaning. It's the meaning of the name, which is what's important, and that's where we find the truth. So let's all unite in our faith, unite in our quest for the oneness of God's love made whole and one in us. And God is love and God is light. So, you know, as Nikola Tesla says, everything is energy, frequency and vibration. So are we vibrating at a frequency of fear or of love or of kindness or of stress or of betrayal or lying? You know, it's that frequency that we resonate at. And that's where we feel love or not. And that determines our behaviours and creates a spirit. But when we understand that love is not a cortisol stress hormone, it doesn't hurt others, and we can make that choice and turn around, then we can attain to that place of no hurts, no curses. I think Revelation talks about there being no curses anymore, because we'll all be working towards the love and the light for each and every one. And many of us do that in our careers already. Many of us do it in life already. But we need it from the top of the systems as well. So that's why we need the return of Christ. And so the end is the beginning of the word endorphin. The end of the quest for heart smiles in love, mimicked by opium posing as opiates, killing pain, knowing pleasure, addictive, seductive, seducing the lie. The end is the beginning of the word endorphin, his love in our blood. And when I was at that time in my life where I really didn't know, then that's when I saw this light there, and it's healed and changed my world, and I hope will do so for you too. God bless. Jesus Christ is returning.